Wildhorse, welcome back. If you follow me on Instagram at dishwaterdreams, you know that a couple weeks ago I actually found in my Walmart, which is almost unheard of because they have nothing new ever, I found the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation, and so I picked one up. It comes in 8 different shades. I got 20 Classic Ivory. I felt like the next one up was going to be a little bit too dark. There was actually quite a jump in the shade range. With only 8 shades, it's not really a very good range. But I really liked the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation. I've done a couple reviews on that, and I will link those down below so that you can see the review on that one. But I did think it was a little bit expensive for the drugstore. So I will kind of give you in this video some comparisons between the two. I purchased this for $12.98 at my Walmart, and I think that that's a pretty standard price as I'm looking through the internet for other drugstore prices. Around $13 seems pretty normal. The L'Oreal in comparison was $15, so just a couple dollars difference. This one has 0.51 ounces in it, which is about half of a regular foundation. Normally for a liquid foundation you're going to get 1 ounce. The L'Oreal Cushion Foundation had the same amount in it. That's why I thought that it was a bit pricey for the drugstore, because at $13 for this foundation, once I've bought 2 of them, I'm at $26 for 1 ounce of foundation, and now I'm up into, being able to purchase my $30 Fiona Styles, or getting very close to being able to buy an Urban Decay foundation, or something along those lines. So it seems a bit pricey. I do think that it lasted a good amount of time when I used the L'Oreal, so I will update you guys as I work through this Maybelline and kind of let you know what the time frame is that it did take me to use it up. So it says that it has a luminous coverage. I don't know what luminous coverage is supposed to be, but I can tell you that this is kind of a light medium coverage foundation. So let's get to the packaging and then we'll do a demo. So it comes in, just exactly like you would think for a cushion foundation, and you open it up and it's got a mirror in there, and then it has this little sponge, which I have tried and I do not like at all. I really felt like this did not apply the foundation smoothly. If I tried to press this into my face, it left like little sponge looking marks, and if I tried to kind of blend it in like this, it just kind of blended it away to nothing. So I did not have good luck with that sponge. And then you open it up and there is your cushion right there. So I really do like this feature a lot. The L'Oreal had the same one where you can snap it closed and that keeps your product from drying out, but it's just right there and you don't have to lose it or anything like that. So I'm going to prime my face really fast because I have not done that yet. And I'm just using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. That's what's on my rotation right now. But I have tried this with several different kinds of primers, and I don't think that the type of primer really made a difference. But I do think that having a primer really improved the longevity of this foundation. So the brush that I actually like to use for this, which is the exact same one that I like to use for the L'Oreal, is the Real Techniques buffing brush. So let me open this up and I will show you. First off, I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about with that sponge. So if I try to pat this in, you can see that you can kind of see that sponge type texture. And if I try to blend it with this, it doesn't look like I have anything on my face at all. So going in with the brush, I just kind of tap it in. And I think that this color is just a little bit light for me. but I think the next one up would have been too dark. Now I will say this is a very wet, liquidy feeling foundation, and so I do like to take the time to really buff it in and blend it in. It looks like I did not get all my eye makeup washed off very well. So here is what the difference in coverage looks like. So it is a light coverage. I can still see a little bit of the texture that I have going on my cheek right now. I think that if you had a lot of texture to your skin, that this would really cling to it, as would any sort of very liquidy foundation. If you have dry skin, this is a fairly moisturizing formula. But I don't think that it's too much for oily skin either, because it really dries down, and you do have to give it a little bit of time for it to really dry down. So I think that the coverage looks quite nice. I quite like this foundation. However, I will say that it is a very light coverage foundation, and if you do have texture on your face, it is going to accentuate that. Of course, you can improve that just a little bit with the types of primer that you use, but like I said, with my skin, I didn't really feel a really big difference with the way that the primer made the foundation apply. So here is what it looks like with one application. I have found that it really is not that buildable. The more that you build it, the more texture that it does look like it has, and the cakier that it is. So if you like this sort of light, more natural coverage foundation, then this might really be for you. If you were a fan of the L'Oreal, there's really not a whole lot of difference between this cushion foundation and the L'Oreal cushion foundation, except for this one is a couple dollars cheaper, and I think that the shade range is right about the same. I think that the L'Oreal actually had more because they had cool and they had warm shades, so there may be a few more in their line. So I am going to put the rest of my makeup on. I'm going to film a Valentine's lip tutorial for you guys, and I will be back to show you what a finished look with this foundation looks like. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like once I've put all of my makeup on. Couple of final thoughts. This does really last all day on me. I don't see any breaking down. I really don't see any slippage, and I would call my skin right now normal. So I think it's a decent foundation if you want a light to medium coverage. However, I do think that for the price, at $13 for half an ounce, I think that in that price range there are a lot better options out there. As far as it compares to the L'Oreal, which is in a very similar price range, I think that they're almost identical. Other than the range of shades, they apply very similarly, they feel very similar, they last about the same amount of time, they have about the same amount of finish, the sponge that comes with it even feels the same, and the packaging is really similar. So I would say if you're kind of torn between the two, go for the Maybelline because it's a couple of dollars cheaper. I have not tried the Physicians Formula Cushion Foundation, which I know is right in that price range, so I can't give you a comparison to that one, nor have I tried any of the more higher end ones. But I do think that this is a really good foundation. I like the delivery method. I just think that in this price range, you can find something better. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and let me know. Don't forget to like this video if you want to see more product reviews, and if there's anything specifically that you would like to see me review, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.